Welcome back to Coach Clay's class, where you're going to learn a little bit every time you leave here, okay? We're going to keep this simple, straight to the point. We're going to be talking about hidden fees, things that you can't see until you see them when it comes to buying new construction, okay? So today we're going to talk about marketing. Marketing. All right, marketing, the things that companies do to bring you into their establishment, to make that phone call, to send that text and respond to their postcard, right? That is what marketing is, all right? So I'm gonna paint this picture for you guys. Now, before we get started, this is kind of ABC 1, 2, 3 because so many episodes of this. So for my subscribers or our clients, you may know these things, some of you, right? But for others, I think it's a good refresher, all right? We're in frame here still, so this is my favorite part about Coach Clay's class. I get to draw, right? You have beautiful hair because I don't have any hair. And then here's your husband. And then here's little Timothy right here. And this is your family and your first time home buyers, first time buying. And then you see an advertisement online that has your perfect home. And it says, for $300,000, can't even write 300, you can own this home with payments at $1,900. Some of you may already be saying like, oh yeah, you're gonna fall for that. Okay, let's just say. And you're like, babe, this is it. This has everything that we need. It has the backyard, it has the location, it's near Timmy's school, he'd have friends. Let's go take a look at the home. And you start driving and you pull up to a community and you run into a guy with baggy pants. Oh no, let's just say he has on very expensive shoes and a coat, and we're gonna put a hard hat on him, slick back hair. He sees you pull up and he's happy, super happy. And you come and say, I saw the advertisement, 300,000, and he starts finishing the words of $300,000, right? That $1,900 payment, that's what you're here for? And you're like, yes, how'd you know? And he's like, that's our A floor plan. Everybody loves that A floor plan. Let me think, I have one that's available. It's the only one that's available for you. And you're like, let's go take a look at it. And he's like, I was just going to say the same thing. You go spend an hour and a half at the home. Timmy found his bedroom. Your husband knows where he's going to put his tools at. And you see the kitchen that you're going to be cooking in for the rest of your life. And then you run back. And by the way, while you're there, let's just say you fall in love with the home. By the way, if you were working with us, I'm going to protect your heart. You're not going to fall in love with the home right away, okay? Promise you that. All right. You go back and you start running numbers. And he says, all right, so family, talk to me. How much money do you have? And you're like, well, we're a first-time home buyer. We're going to put down 3.5%. It's about 10.5. So call it $10,000, $10,500. And he's like, wonderful. Let me plug that in for you. And then he gives you your estimated payment, and your estimated payment shows $3,000. And you're like, what in the heck? How is that even possible? What's going on? And he's like, well, for starters, you have 3.5%. Our advertisement shows a calculation of you putting down 20%. Okay? And you're like, well, we simply can't do that. But why is the price still so high? This whole price is high. And he's like, well, our option A is our most popular floor plan. That has a base price of $300,000. Then he looks at you with the slick back hair and he says, does that make sense? And everybody's like, yeah. And your husband's just like, I don't know. That doesn't make sense. And he's like, and you know that lot that the house was on? And you're like, yeah. And he's like, that's our most premium lot that we have. But I spoke to my manager and we knocked the premium down from $40,000, get this, to $20,000. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm trying to talk like slick back over here. And he's like, oh, do you remember the French doors? Those were beautiful, right? And he looks you in your eyes and you're like, yes. Now the husband's getting a little uncomfortable. Timmy's getting tired. He's like, those French doors are a part of our upgrade package. We have a $60,000 upgrade package in there, but we knocked it down to $40,000. Which puts the price at You get it, right? You get it. First and foremost, do not fall in love with the home before you run the numbers. And this guy right here, you don't talk to this guy before you have some representation, unless you feel comfortable. You may have a savvy husband. Like my oldest brother is a pretty savvy guy. You can go in there and start doing his own thing. But you know the key that everybody was mailed, and it says, come see if this starts your new car. Come up to the new Honda dealership and put it in. I don't know if anybody's ever won a new Honda. So when they're advertising things like this, you got to imagine these are things to draw you in. Slickback has no incentive to tell you all of these things up front. Zero incentive. In fact, his job is to take you to the home, make you fall in love, and then deal with the rest later. And then when you start to say, well, my job, well, the location, and then he's just going to deter all of those things because his job is to sell you these homes. So make sure you have representation on your side. That was a real short one there. But ABC, the next ones are going to get a little more complex. We're going to start talking about things that you're going to see on the Alta statements when you're closing, so on and so forth. If that brought you value, hit the like button for us. Totally free to drop a comment down below and let me know what type of content you guys want, because we're going to be dropping videos for you every single day. And if you're ready to make that move, you see that email down there, team@morefla.com, or the phone number is in the description down below, and we would love to assist you. So we'll catch you guys on the next one.